Have you ever sent a TLDR email? Too long, didn't read. I am guilty of this, and sometimes I know when I'm doing it, and I know that I'm not going to get a response back. And guess what? I don't. The same thing can happen in the interview process. You want to keep your follow-up emails brief yet purposeful. Do not send a full one-page follow-up thank you email after an interview, because guess what? The hiring manager is not going to read it, neither is the recruiter, and then they're not going to respond. And they might be thinking, I don't have time to read this. This candidate does not have a lot of self-awareness if they are sending me this really long email. Or they might be thinking, I appreciate the email, don't have time right now, I'm going to come back to it, and then they forget and they never come back to it. This can happen in text messages, this can happen in emails, and even though I'm talking about it, it happens to me sometimes too. I am very thorough, and so sometimes I might want to cover a lot of detail, but it always backfires. I mean, nothing horrible happens, but what does happen is that I don't get a response. So remember to practice self and social awareness in the interview process, including with your follow-up emails. You want to keep your follow-up email, thank you email, brief yet purposeful. So keep it short, but also share something specific that is genuine. Maybe another question that you thought of, maybe a way that you're going to continue researching and preparing for that next step in the interview process. Maybe there's something specific that you and the hiring manager talked about that further piqued your interest, but definitely keep it very brief, and definitely send it the same day, but I actually recommend sending it later in the day, not immediately after your interview, because you want to give yourself some time to process what happened, the conversation, and give your mind some time to expand around what happened so that you get an idea. So definitely send your thank you email the same day, but do it a little bit later. And brief yet purposeful. Do not send a TLDR email, otherwise you probably won't get a response.